today's experiment is start with 3 beautiful steaks. As you can see, they are 1.5 inches thick. They are not prime grade but choice. And we're using this specific steak for one good reason. I'm trying to discover 2 things. The greatest way to tenderize a steak without affecting the flavor. And here's how this experiment is gonna go down. The first thing to do is to get them seasoned. For that, I kept it real simple with all of them. A good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Now since I have 3 steaks, this is how it's gonna go down. The very first one is going to be the control. We're gonna be cooking it sous vide with a specific temperature and nothing else. The second one, on the other hand, I'm gonna be doing something you've asked me many times. That is to use pineapple as a tenderizer on a steak. Now I've done this experiment several times on my other channel, Google Foods. Now I never wanted to mix this with sous vide. And the reason being is because I kinda know what will happen. But I know that you guys wanna see it. Because I'll tell you one thing. I've done an experiment before to find out if pineapple can completely disintegrate a steak. And the results were shocking. But hey, this is only gonna be for 2 hours. So let's see what's about to happen. And don't forget the very last steak, that one we're gonna be using the ultrasonic. So first, I went ahead and set my circulator to 129 degrees Fahrenheit. Dropped in the pineapple and the control steak in there. Now the third one, we're gonna be using this machine, an ultrasonic cleaner. This is not my idea, but it is from my good friend Nate. And he can explain to you how this machine works a lot better than me.
So this machine is what's called an ultrasonic cleaner. It has several little devices inside it underneath a tank of water that vibrate at 40,000 times per second. The idea is that if you have something that needs to be cleaned that has really small nooks and crannies that you can't get tools and cleaning utensils into, the water itself will pulsate and make tiny little micro bubbles that will push out those little bits of dirt. But what I wanted to try is cooking steak in this machine so that the steak is getting hit with those 40,000 times a second pulses of water and micro air bubbles. My thought is that the same way that you can tenderize meat by hitting it with a hammer, well, this is gonna be like having tiny little hammers hitting the steak 40,000 times a second. And the meat itself is going to be mostly made of water, and so I thought that the pulses would actually travel pretty well through the steak. And so it wouldn't just be on the surface, but all the way through, you might be tenderizing this piece of meat with these super fast pulses moving inside the machine.
Now that you know exactly how it works, the only thing left to do is to throw the steak in there and let the ultrasonic machine does its job. I'm cooking all of the steaks in the same exact temperature for the same amount of time. And my goal is to find out if the ultrasonic steak is going to be any better or worse. But if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I like to make side dishes. And today's side dish is not only ridiculously easy to make, it is absolutely delicious. And here's how to make it. The first thing to do is to make this, the filling. You can make it whichever way you like, but let me show you how I like it. The first thing to do is to cook up some onions. We're just trying to get a little bit of color on them. Once that's done, I throw in 1 pound of ground beef. We want to cook it up a little bit and then add tomato paste, followed by salt, freshly ground black pepper, and of course, garlic paste. Now mix everything together and combine those ingredients. As then I like to add habanero, followed by jalapeno, and of course, some red wine. Mix everything well and combine these ingredients and make sure that it's fully cooked. As to finish, I like to add a tiny bit of Worcestershire sauce for some acidity. Then the only thing left is to add a little bit of green onions, mix it a little bit more, because my filling is done. It does not get any easier than that. Now to put it together, it's super simple. The first ingredient we need is cheese. The next thing we need some type of dough. Using these canned biscuits makes the job a lot easier. First, I split one in half, stretch out the dough a little bit, add 1 block of cheese, followed by that ground beef we just made, close everything nice and tightly, add to a cast iron skillet with opening side down, and repeat the process as many times as needed to fill up the whole thing. As now into the oven it goes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. As that was happening, I made a quick basting sauce. A little bit of melted butter, followed by some garlic paste, paprika, and parsley. Mix everything well and combine those ingredients together because the basting sauce is done. Come on now, this is as easy as it gets. Talking about that, by this time this thing is fully cooked. And I mean, they look good enough to eat already, but adding that garlic butter right on top makes it just incredible. And the greatest part is that you can just peel them off like this. And whenever opening them up, you are left with an incredible gooey, cheesy, beefy, delicious monkey bread that comes from heaven. However, it is the side dish because by this time my steaks are fully cooked. So I went ahead, took them out of the water bath, opened them up, and the very first one to be removed was the pineapple. And oh man, my steak is completely disintegrated. The next one to be removed was the control. That one looks perfect. And following that, we have the ultrasonic steak. As you can see, both of them look pretty nice. this. As I hold the control in my hand, it is just perfect. The ultrasonic in the other hand, take a closer look. It is literally falling apart on me. I'm extremely curious to find out how they're gonna taste, as the next thing to do is to go ahead and get them seared. First, I need to pat them dry really good. Once they're fully dry, I'll be using my flamethrower to make sure I put a beautiful crust. Because I know exactly what you're thinking right now. And so does Nate. Just listen in.
I know they don't look that good right now, but watch this.
All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steaks. My nephew Angel and Nate.
Hello.
Pleasure to have you here, Nate.
It's really good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I've been watching you for so many years. We've been good friends for so many years, and you're finally here.
Finally had a chance to make it out here. Very excited to be here and try some of these experiments we've got going here.
I love it that he said that because this is an insane experiment, especially this steak right here in the middle. What just happened, everybody? It's like a roadkill. Well, this was not your idea. This was not my idea. This was your idea, everybody. You guys asked for it. They asked me to cook it with pineapple sous vide. Looks appetizing, right, Nate?
Not the best looking steak I've ever had, but that doesn't mean it's terrible. We're gonna have to try it.
All right, enough talking. Let's go for it. We'll start this direction, please. Nate, dig in. Are you familiar with sous vide, Nate?
Yeah, I've done sous vide steak a little bit, not as much as you, but I've got just like one of the immersion sous vide wands kind of thing, and I've cooked steak in it, and I like it.
Very good.
I'm a fan.
So this is welcome to a Google steak.
I'm excited.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, Nate is having a good time, everybody.
Commit that to memory. That's a Google steak right there. That's what it feels like.
Juicy, tender, just a perfect overall steak for me.
I really like that. It's great flavor, cooked perfectly all the way through, and just absolutely top tier.
That is delicious. I love it. Are we ready for the second steak?
No.
Sure.
Why you don't look excited, bro? You come to my house and you're not excited about the steak?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Give me that steak. Yeah. Try and stop me. Try and stop me. You're not trying to stop. Thank you. Oh, he stopped me.
This one looks a little bit like a horror show, everybody. Let's go for it.
This one looks like roast beef.
Roast beef? I thought you were going to say roadkill.
That too.
All right, let's go. Cheers, everybody. Oh, come on, man.
My piece didn't actually have much strong pineapple flavor, but it also didn't have any other flavor.
Like you stripped the flavor away.
Almost completely.
This one has like a grainy, dusty type mouthfeel.
The texture of it is closer to fish.
Because it falls apart.
agree.
Like a tuna or like an overcooked salmon kind of thing.
Can we all agree? This is horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh,
And I
ruins.
say it also is way more tasteless.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no flavor, basically.
Yeah.
The pineapple just basically washed it away, everybody. With all that being said, I think it's time for us to wash off the taste, yes? Huh?
Absolutely.
Let's wash off the taste. Let me know. So this, Nate, is a little monkey bread. You know, monkey bread usually is kind of sweet,
Yeah.
you know, with, you know, like
Yeah.
cinnamon and whatever. This one, there's no, the Google don't do cinnamon. Google does beef, huh? That's what I do. Let's give it a go. You guys ready?
Yes.
Oh, look at Nate. What are you picking?
I want to see what's in there. It looks good.
All right, let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh man.
If you don't like this, you're not human. Okay? That's the only explanation I can give you.
I could eat a lot of that.
Bready, buttery, extremely buttery because the biscuit is already buttery itself. On top of that, I added more butter with more garlic.
Damn.
The biscuit dough is like really nice and flaky, and yeah, the cheeses are all like ooey and gooey inside, and the flavor of the beef itself is coming through so good.
This is just like a little flavor bomb. The ground beef is just so flavorful that with the biscuit and all the like butteriness, it just kills it.
Absolutely delicious. Highly recommend. Give it a go. With all that being said, enough talking. I'm excited for your steak, Nate.
Science steak.
Andrew is like, what the hell's going on?
I got no idea.
Okay, let's go for it. Please dig in. Why is this happening? Oh, okay.
Excitement
Nate?
settling in.
You know what I gotta say about this? Science.
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 Enough talking. Let's give you guys an honest review. Ready?
Ready.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Oh.
That's more tender.
It's like a filet mignon. There is no resistance whatsoever. When you take a bite of the very first steak, you gotta go through the fibers.
Yeah.
This one just glides through the fibers, if that makes any sense.
I just cut a bit of the control again, side by side. The ultrasonic steak is so soft.
Yeah.
And so easy to bite through.
If the first control steak was 15 chews and then swallow, this one might be like 10. 10 chews and swallow. You got me? Like,
We are simple people, everybody. We're counting tenderness by the chewiness.
by the chews, boys.
Number of chews. Restaurants are going to start doing that now as a grading system. Like, how tender would you like your steak? 15 chews? 10 chews? 5 chews?
5
like to
chews,
just
they start
swallow
bringing
it
out a
down?
pineapple.
We can bring it to you with a straw and you just drink the whole thing.
Blended, no chew.
No chews.
No chew steak, please.
And most importantly, did this do its job? I say yes.
I think
it
so.
worked your theory.
I think it is definitely noticeably more tender.
Yes, I agree 100%. Anyway, guys, these are the results. Make sure you go check out Nate's channel. Tell them you're new to the channel.
My channel is called Nate from the Internet.
Nate from the Internet. I love that name. That's the perfect name.
I think it works well. That way people can see me and like, hey, are you Nate from the
Internet? There
Like,
you
yeah,
go.
that's me. Exactly. It's perfect.
Make sure you guys check him out. I highly recommend it. The link will be on the description down below. Thank you so much for coming and showing us this thing that I would probably never have done, Nate. I'll be honest with you.
I'm glad we got to try it and I'm glad that it had a good result.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything is always on the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.